Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, in this courtroom we ask you to speak for a community that cannot speak for itself when flames have taken its voice. Arson is not a modern problem, not a technical mistake, and not a victimless act. It is one of the oldest and most feared crimes in human history, because fire, once unleashed, does not discriminate. Historically, societies understood the unique danger of arson. In ancient Rome, deliberately setting fires in a densely packed city was punishable by death, or exile, also known as. Under English common law, arson was considered a crime not merely against property, but against habitation itself, the safety of people while they sleep. Our legal tradition recognized something fundamental. Fire threatens life, community stability, and public order in a way few other crimes do. That history matters because it explains why arson remains a serious crime today. Why is arson a crime? Because fire is inherently uncontrollable. A single intentional act can destroy homes, businesses, livelihoods, and lives. Firefighters and first responders risk their lives answering these calls. Families are displaced. Communities lose schools, churches, and sources of employment. Even when no one is physically injured, the psychological harm, the fear, the loss of safety is real and lasting. Arson is also uniquely dangerous because it is intentional destruction masked as chaos. It is not an accident. It is a choice to use fire as a weapon. That choice shows a conscious disregard for human life and for the rule of law. Our society cannot function if individuals are permitted to resolve grievances, seek attention, or pursue gain through destruction. That is why law treats arson differently from other property crimes. It is not simply about what burned. It is about what could have happened and what nearly did. Every arson carries the potential for tragedy far beyond what we can measure after the flames are out. Appropriate punishment for arson must reflect three core purposes of our criminal justice system: accountability, deterrence, and protection of the public. First, accountability. The punishment must acknowledge the seriousness of deliberately setting a fire and the harm it causes to victims, first responders, and to the community at large. Second, deterrence. Strong penalties send a clear message that using fire as a tool of destruction will not be tolerated. Arson thrives in secrecy. Justice brings it to light. Third, protection. Someone willing to intentionally start a fire presents an ongoing danger. Appropriate punishment helps prevent future harm. By anticipating the offender and by reinforcing societal boundaries that protect us all. Ladies and gentlemen, arson is not just about burned structures. It is about trust. Trust that when we close our eyes at night, our neighbors will not turn fire against us. Your verdict upholds centuries of law, reason, and collective responsibility. When you deliberate, remember the history, remember the danger, and remember why the law demands accountability for those who choose to set fires. Justice in this case is not abstract, it is necessary. Thank you.